Right. Oh, we're recording. Good. My name is Dr. Rachel Scott. I'm a paleomicrobiologist, and I've spent the last 10 years of my life tracking some of the deadliest viruses nature can produce. I've never seen anything like what I've just witnessed in Egypt. A virus of unknown origin. Extremely lethal. From what I've witnessed firsthand, it has elements of influenza and hemorrhagic diseases like Ebola and Hanta. Early symptoms include fever, headache, and exhaustion. Within a matter of days, open lesions appear on the skin, followed rapidly by delirium, bleeding organ failure, and death. I'm uploading all of my research to a secure server for the CDC to review. While it is an airborne disease, the outbreak is currently isolated around the city of Giza. We must prepare for the mutation that allows the virus to spread with greater ease. And that will happen. Of that, I am certain. Every person infected thus far has succumbed to the virus. Every one. Until we can understand the nature of this pathogen, it will be impossible to treat. Once it mutates enough to spread, it may become the worst global pandemic we have ever seen. Dr. Rachel Scott again. I've finished my preliminary sequencing of the virus samples I took in Egypt. If you look closely at the shell, there are small variants in nucleic acid that have never been catalogued. It's not just that I've never seen anything like this before. No human being has. I found ancient viruses before, but this one, it may predate humankind, which leads us to this question. Why is this suddenly appearing now? I discovered trace amounts of the virus in the guts of migratory terns. I believe it's possible the birds picked up the virus in the Arctic. My theory, the virus was buried deep within the Arctic permafrost, where it lay dormant for millennia. As global temperatures rose and the ice melted, it was released into the water supply of birds and carried south. If I am right, the fact that we're facing a prehistoric virus is extremely alarming. It fundamentally means that our immune systems are unequipped to fight back. If we don't find a cure, it may very well mean that we are facing the extinction of the human race as we know it. Yes, I have heard all of this before. Now, may I speak?
Go ahead.
Thank you. I am now certain that the virus originated in the Arctic. Therefore, it is necessary we retrace the migration route of the birds who carried it south, back to its source, which I believe is the Barents Sea. It's there we will find the primordial strain, and we will hopefully be one step closer to creating a vaccine. Now, if you can provide me a ship capable of taking myself and a partner to specific locations in the region, I can leave right away. All I need is a ride. Right now, the public is blithely unaware of the looming danger. A few deaths in Egypt barely register in the back pages of the newspaper. But the virus is starting to move beyond phase 1. At its current rate of infection, it has the potential to spread around the globe within the next 2 years. And with its escalating death rate, the consequences of a worldwide pandemic are unimaginable. It is imperative we act quickly. If you don't help, it's quite simple. Millions will die. Are you there? Can you still hear me?
You have 60 seconds, Dr. Scott.
Look, I know many of you doubt my research, but nothing any of us has done thus far has worked. We cannot treat it. We cannot stop its spread. Look, my theory may very well be wrong. But let me ask you this. What if I am right? God. Thank you for your time. Quincy, I just got back from Malaysia and received your message. This virus. It'd be fascinating if it weren't so bloody frightening. Thank you. Thank you for believing in me. Sad to say, you're the only one who does. You know that Dr. Kleiman had the nerve to call me a loony bird. Meantime, he's nowhere near producing a vaccine, and the virus is now at phase 2. 3 confirmed cases outside the original hot zone. The clock is ticking. Quince, I understand your reservations about keeping the mission secret. But the Navy is our last hope. If they agree to give us a ship, then frankly, silence is a small price to pay. And if we don't find the primordial strain and stop this thing, I just fear that no one can. It's impossible to believe, I know it, that the fate of mankind rests on you and me. Anyway, I'll speak to you soon. Love to the girls. Bye. Hi, love. I tried to reach you by phone. So the United States Navy has agreed to transport Quincy and myself to the Arctic. Because of the nature of our mission, we'll be on radio silence for the duration of our trip. No phone or email for 4 months. I just wanted to hear your voice one last... Well... just one more time before I leave. Well, last we spoke, you were still in Beijing. There's too many people, bub. If you're still there, get to someplace less populated. I've attached a map of some possible hot zones. Whatever you do, don't go south. Travel north to colder climates. Avoid public transport. Rent a car and drive. And do it alone. Word of the virus is going to leak. People are going to start to panic. And that could be even worse than the virus itself. At least in the beginning. You still have the password to the secure server. If anything happens, should anyone else need to access my research, I've uploaded everything. Please take care of yourself. I'll see you soon. Bye. This is Dr. Rachel Scott. I'm currently in Norfolk, Virginia, preparing to leave for the Barents Sea tomorrow morning, and not a moment too soon. The virus continues to spread at an alarming rate, and I fear it won't be long now until the news of the outbreak becomes public. Today, Dr. Toffett and I toured the USS Nathan James, the vessel that will be taking us north. We've been given one of their helicopter bays to use as a lab. None of the ship's crew knows the true nature of our mission. Not even the officers. So they won't be able to cause panic by warning their families and friends. But that also means that they won't be able to give them a proper goodbye. The rest of our equipment will be delivered to the dock tomorrow and loaded onto the ship. And then I'll hopefully meet the captain of the Nathan James. His name is Thomas Chandler. He appears to be highly qualified, experienced, and the Navy assures me he's the best. Well, I hope he's as good as they say. The fate of the human race may depend on it. It's up to us now. I just hope we're not too late.